What's up, sauces and slashettes? My name's Nightfall, and welcome back to another anime video. Today we will actually be discussing a theory, and actually two theories, that piqued my interest about KamiKatsu working for God in a godless world. This scene is what started a discussion of the theory we'll be talking about, and that said theory is that everybody besides Yukito was killed by a tar in the 4th episode, and are now merely one of Loki's illusions. So let's talk about what all this theory entails, and then let's discuss my thoughts on the matter. So, after that weird scene, people came up with this theory and started speculating a lot. As I said earlier, people believe that the entire village was wiped out by a tar, and that the characters we see now are nothing more than illusions created by Loki. Now, people of the show know that Mitama can't be deceived by Loki's illusions. However, this theory states that Mitama was only capable of resurrecting Yukito at the time, and is merely playing along with the illusions for his happiness and well-being, which wouldn't necessarily be out of character for her. You see, the reason why people have this theory is because Loki's illusions seem to only mask reality, not outright change it. So in episode 4, during the battle with Atar, she had to have actually blown up the village, because Loki can't change reality. To further support this, if the entire battle between Atar and Mitama was the illusion instead, then why would Mitama expend so much energy trying to fight Atar? And why would she be so scared of Atar when she was preparing to destroy the village? If it was Loki's illusions, then Mitama shouldn't have been worried at all, because she could tell it was fake. Meaning that the village had to have been in real imminent danger and had to have actually been destroyed. So this theory does have a solid foundation for being true. However, past what I've mentioned, there's nothing else that actually supports this theory. First off, as I mentioned before, Mitama herself is capable of resurrection, so even if the village did get destroyed and everyone died, that doesn't mean they are simply Loki's illusions. Again, this was at a time when she had very little power left, as she only had 2008 followers and had just fought Atar. So I won't say that this outright goes against the theory, as the power required to use her resurrection seems to vary, given how the power she gets from followers depends on the type of worship and beliefs they have of her. And also, if they did indeed die, then she would have had 0 followers in total, as they all were killed. However, what really goes against this theory is that every Archon they come in contact with is capable of seeing and interacting with villagers. Now again, this doesn't outright disprove the theory, as the other Archons aren't like Mitama and are capable of being fooled by Loki's illusions. But saying Loki extended her illusions to also affect every other Archon might be a bit of a stretch. So again, this theory does have a good foundation, and the few points that can disprove this theory have ways to be worked around, but doing so might be stretching it too far. A lot of people seem to think that that weird scene that happened in episode 12 was simply giving us a look into what Yukito views the world as, or was just something that the animators did, because the animators are kind of weird. Anyways, with the entire theory done, let's get into my thoughts. I personally believe that this theory does hold a lot of ground. The battle with Atar and the destruction of the village seem to be completely real based off of Mitama's reactions. Her only being able to resurrect Yukito also makes sense given how much power she used up, and as I mentioned in the previous segment, it wouldn't be out of character for her to play along with Loki's illusions for Yukito's benefit. As for the other Archons and their followers, Loki deceiving them with the illusions as well isn't actually all that far-fetched. Loki seems to know where Yukito is and what he's doing, so by following him, she can very easily figure out which Archons to affect at any time, and it would also benefit Loki greatly to do so. Loki's ultimate plan is to become the most powerful god, and to do that, she needs to weaken the other Archons. And how do you do that? By taking their followers, much like Yukito does to both Dakini and Gaia. But by taking their followers, wouldn't Mitama have been able to resurrect everyone at some point? Well, to answer that, we can actually look at the fight with Gaia. In this fight, Gaia is using Typhon, a very destructive monster capable of taking out the capital, which is where Loki is using as a base of operations, so to speak. Gaia activates Typhon after Yukito takes her followers. But here's the thing. She activates Typhon early, meaning that Yukito not only took away Gaia's followers, but also awakened the one thing that could destroy Loki early and killed it. So I know what you're thinking. What does any of that have to do with this theory? Well, the way they were able to defeat Typhon is because Atar steps down as a god and has her believers transfer their faith to Mitama, which, in and of itself, is weird, as not a single one of her followers disagrees, which goes against the very nature of human psychology. I mean, the isolation camps are proof that no matter what, someone will disagree. But that's not all. They also get help from Loki, as she, and I quote, uses her powers to transfer her followers to Mitama. Which that phrasing is really weird, don't you think? Atar had to step down as a god, yet Loki still seems to be one, and used her powers, which are illusions, to transfer her followers. So, yes, I believe this theory has a lot of ground, as I believe it's actually just the beginning of a larger theory that I have. Yes, everyone died in episode 4 when Atar destroyed the village. Yes, Mitama resurrected Yukito, and everyone else are merely illusions created by Loki that she goes along with for the well-being of Yukito. But I also believe that this theory continues into another, much larger theory. That Loki is using these illusions to push Yukito into taking the followers of the other Archons and then using her powers to transfer those followers to herself, while making it seem as though they go to Atar and Mitama, thus using Yukito to weaken the other Archons and take care of any other threat, while making herself more powerful without having to do much of anything, which I feel fits Loki's character perfectly. A mastermind working behind the scenes and manipulating Yukito in order to win, while Mitama plays along with the illusions in order to keep Yukito happy and believing his only friends are still alive. So, I've been wanting to do some theory videos, but given how manga readers often just spoil everything when an anime is mentioned, I was very hesitant to do so. However, given the interactions I saw, the people who read KamiKatsu didn't spoil anything and were incredibly chill. They also didn't allude to this theory being true or false, so I felt it was a bit safer to do this video. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will hopefully see you all soon. Goodbye.